All right, welcome to the Muscle Maturity Podcast, episode number 96. I am John Hansen. I'm here with Marcus Guerrero from Old School Labs. We are missing Samir this week, but we're going to do a little preview of the FIBO, or FIBO, however you say it, that's coming up tomorrow, this weekend. And we're also going to go over the Arnold Brazil that took place last weekend. How you doing, Marcus?
I'm pretty good, man. I'm at this moment. I'm kind of running around like a chicken with its head cut off. Got a lot going on for OSL this weekend. Like as you see in the background, we're having like the Transformation Challenge live winner announcement party tonight live on YouTube. So it's exciting, but I'm a little internally, feel like I just took pre-workout and I haven't. So it's feeling a little crazy. It's funny that you whenever you said FIBO or FIBO. Because whenever I was looking it up, and I guess it's just from getting on my TV, I kept on looking up FIBO because the TV channel FIBO TV, like the app. I kept on looking up FIBO. It's like haven't looked up FIBO in so long that I'm looking up FIBO TV. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, that's been going on for a long time. I think that's been going on since the 80s.
Yeah,
they used to have it used to be one of the biggest sports expos in the world, and back in the day in the 80s, they used to have all the great bodybuilders all go out there and guest pose from Europe and from the United States. Dorian was posing there. They would have this big expo stage, and they had like this like a balcony part, and they would all go up there. But yeah, they would have like Linda Murray, Dorian Yates, Victor Richards, Lou Ferrigno was there one year when he was back competing and stuff. So yeah, it was a huge event. But
yeah, I heard the expo is like crazy.
I don't think the expo is nearly as big as it used to be.
Oh, for real, it's not. Yeah. That'd be a crazy trip just to see the difference in how it is compared to like some of the American ones, like just like Arnold Expo or the Olympia, of course. Like it'd be pretty cool. Have you been there before? To the FIBO?
No, I never got a chance to go. I never went. Yeah.
Well, they're gonna.
I wish I would have went back in its heyday.
Honestly, yeah, that sounds because I don't. It like that sounds like a lot. Like that sounds like a much better, show right there. And hopefully I would like to see that, especially with the prize money rising here and there with these different shows. Imagine if we can get some of these, like how we saw like the Dubai Pro. That's going to be crazy. The Pittsburgh, when they're having those, higher awards, I feel like we're going to be able to see a lot more of those big name, marquee names out there, and just bring back that bodybuilding spirit.
Yeah, I'm looking at the camera here. I have a eye infection, so if my eyes look weird, I don't want anybody making comments.
Comment below. The hell happened?
What happened?
Got into a gym fight.
Well, let's talk about the Arnold Brazil first. So that took place last weekend, and Goodvito, as expected, took first place. And I was very, very impressed with how good he looked. I mean, his condition was way better than last year. He's always had crazy structure and good muscle size, but he never had the conditioning like he did this year. So what do you think, Marcus? What do you think how he looked?
Man, I mean, I know one of these past episodes we talked about, like, some of the people who have the best legs in the IFBB, and his legs, man, as far as like the overall, like just separation, the detail, it's pretty crazy. Like this is like just start from the hip bone and just straight down the quad sweeps in general. The amount of just actual detail you see is his legs are looking like some of the best out there. Like overall great. A lot of growth, like from when we last seen him. Just the potential for this dude is crazy, especially considering isn't he only like 27? So that's makes it even crazier mentally for me.
Still in his 20s,
I was so shocked with his legs, man. I was very, very impressed with his legs.
Yeah, I was too. He's kind of got like Jay Cutler legs, like they're real wide.
Yeah.
And when he sets them, they look crazy, like huge and separated.
Yeah.
But his upper body looked really good too. I mean, he definitely peaked. I know he's working with Chris Aceto, but his abs were sharp. His back was really good. Maybe his chest could be a little fuller, maybe that's one because he's so wide on top.
Yeah.
Maybe his chest is maybe a little flat, but other than that, man, he was very, very impressive.
Yeah. And it's very overpowering traps too. I'd like to see his back. I mean, there's been so much growth, but I feel like especially when he does some of his like most muscular poses, you can kind of like the traps. I don't almost like you're drawn to the traps, and then it kind of the way he poses is almost like not showing the chest as much. So I agree with you that, yeah. And I think in time, like this dude, if you like his trajectory just year after year has been like one not to miss. Like it's I think I don't know how he's gonna fare against, like the top people yet, meaning top being like a Nick, a Derek, Martin. However, I think he's like right there. Like right, if they're here, he's there. Like he's right there building up. And same thing, kind of like similar to like how we see Regan Grimes a little bit, like just like this genetic kind of like a gift to me personally. Like I think he's just aesthetically so pleasing looking. Regan that is, and I feel like Goodvito has a very similar like structure. It's very pleasing for bodybuilding. It's just aesthetically, just he's not missing much. Like everything's there. All the tools are there. It's just sharpening them.
Right.
Getting him a little more size, a little more size.
Yeah, he's got
chest.
Yeah, he's got the good structure. He's real wide, incredible legs. So yeah, I think he just needs a little more muscle maturity on top. Now here he is against the guy who took second and third, Leandro. He's also from Brazil. In fact, every competitor, I think except one, was from Paraguay, but every other competitor in the contest was from Brazil. But Leandro's got a great physique too.
Yeah,
I never saw this guy before.
Very big. That's one thing I know. He's a very big dude. Like, he definitely like
huge legs.
Yeah, if he was as conditioned as Goodvito, it would have been really, cool to see that matchup. I think Vito just came in structurally, his conditioning was up there. But this guy was very impressive as far as just the amount of space he took up. Very big dude, complete, pretty complete.
Yeah,
a lot of mass,
and he looks pretty tall on stage too. I don't know how tall he is, but he looks tall on stage.
Yeah. How tall is Goodvito? A little shorter.
Yeah, he's probably like 5'7", I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or maybe shorter. Yeah, so Goodvito last year, when he wasn't nearly like this, he was 1 point behind Martin at the Detroit Pro last year. So he's much better this year. So it should be interesting to see how he does against Martin again, and also against Nick and Derek. And I think is Goodvito doing Pittsburgh, or is he doing New York, or both? Do you know?
It's so confusing because those shows are so close. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
I think he might be doing Pittsburgh. I think, don't quote me, but I think he might be doing the Pittsburgh Pro.
I think he is too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he should.
I think he is
if
too.
You're doing, I feel like anybody who's doing New York, I would love to see them do Pittsburgh, and vice versa. Like, just makes the most sense. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he's doing Pittsburgh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a hell of a lineup.
Yeah, that's like. Yeah. I mean, do you see him being able to, like, obviously with if there's a 1 point difference between him and Martin at the last, show they had together, can you see him? Like, is there a world where you could see Goodvito maybe overstepping one of these top guys? Obviously, like, Derek is far-fetched personally at this point.
Possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Yeah. I mean, it all depends on what Nick looks like and what Martin looks like. I think people are expecting them to place higher. But yeah, Goodvito could upset some people for sure. It's going to be interesting to see him up next against Derek too, because they kind of got similar physiques. They're both real wide, short, really good legs. Yeah. So that's going to be an interesting comparison too.
Yeah, a lot of it, aside from like the back, of course, again, nobody really touches it. But like when you're saying, when you look at that, like some of those side shots, like one of the things that's most impressive, one of the things that I think helps Derek so much is how the legs looked from the side at the Arnold. To where, like, someone like Vito could really like stand out, and all of a sudden we start to see them, and in the side chest, all of a sudden we're all, our eyes are kind of drawn towards Goodvito because he's very comparable to Derek in that side shot. You see all the detail and things like that. So things, something could happen. I wouldn't bet on it, but something could definitely happen. It's a lot of top competitors.
So out of those four guys, saying going into Pittsburgh, which one do you think has the most to lose, and which one do you think has nothing to lose?
Okay, out of those four guys, nothing to lose would be Goodvito. Just because automatically I think anybody is going to put him below the other guys. We just saw him have a decent showing.
Right.
So I feel like he's the one with the least to lose out of the four. And I also feel like it's kind of a cop-out because, like, the top three are the ones that are really hard to choose between as far as, like, the most to lose. I would say the most to
Yeah.
lose would have to be, you know, it's really easy. It's Derek or Nick. Personally, I think Derek. I think Martin is
Yeah.
fine. I think
Agree.
he can coast. I think we're not expecting first place from Martin necessarily, but he dang sure can get it. But I just think Nick, we haven't seen him in a while, so we're expecting we're expecting a lot from Nick. I'm expecting a lot from Nick. I really want to see him just do
Yeah.
just incredible. I'd love to see him win even. But Derek, I mean, come on, he set that bar so high. So I feel like
Yeah.
him and Nick
Yeah.
have the most to lose. How about you?
I agree. I agree with both of what you said. I think Goodvito has nothing to lose because he's already qualified. Nobody's expecting him to beat any of those three guys. So if he goes
Yeah.
in and he plays an upset, then it's just a win-win for him. But yeah, if Derek loses, he's a former Mr. Olympia. He just won the Arnold. So now if he loses to one of these up-and-coming guys like Goodvito or Nick or Martin, which Martin was fourth to his third last year at the Olympia,
Yeah.
I mean, that would be a big blow, even though he already did win the Arnold and maybe he's just a little bit off, but still he's putting a lot of pressure on himself by doing this show, because he's expected to win.
Yeah.
And I also think Nick has a lot to lose too, because Nick's the only one out of the four that's not qualified. So if he doesn't win this, he's going to have to keep competing. And he hasn't competed in the Olympia in 2 years now. And the only time he competed last year was New York, and he only beat Martin by 1 point, and he definitely wasn't at his best. So Nick hasn't really been at his best for 3 years now, So he's got a lot to prove.
Yeah, yeah. Like I feel like when I look at it, I personally, it might be a little bit of a bias, but I'm expecting more from Nick. Just because we haven't seen him, and like when you
Yeah,
just get so delved into the storyline of it, or like the wrestling of it, I'm like, I really want him to do good. I want his storyline to just like I want him to come and just you know shut up all the haters, all the people who are just denying and he's out. It's been too much time, yada yada, like all these different things, and I feel like for me personally, from like a fan perspective, I'm most on edge for him. Like we've seen the up and downs of like and not Andrew,
yeah,
wow, Samson go from Olympia to losing to Derek, and I feel like right now we're kind of seeing that, so I feel like if Derek maybe places second, it'll be like, okay, we'll see each other at Olympia. That's kind of like the
yeah,
mentality I would have with it. To where Nick, if he comes up in, just I could honestly side with him being the most to lose personally, Nick, just because like there's so
yeah,
much at stake here, and we haven't seen him. I think the bar is set so high, and he looks good. That's the good thing about it is like his updates is getting me excited to see how he's actually gonna look on stage. Like he's,
yeah.
and I feel like with his last
Yeah, he's
showing,
looking really big.
yeah, yeah, and with his last showing, we kind of know, hey, their stomach has to be, in, and if he came looking like that in place,
Yeah,
it's still in front of Martin, it's saying something. It is saying something, you know?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be one of the most exciting shows of the year for sure. I think it's probably in a way more exciting than the Arnold already.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like we're also in that era to where it's just, we look at what's going on in the moment, very microwave-ish, to where if we see like
Yeah,
Derek's the next
yeah,
big thing.
yeah,
Samson was the big thing, and that's the mistake of, obviously, hey, all power to him for going and taking up that show. Like credit, it's bodybuilding, but that's how
yeah,
we see, now we're all of our predictions are gonna be different. You know what I mean? Just because of how great Derek looked at his last showing
yeah,
against, Samson. So I'm anticipating it's gonna be a hell of a show.
yeah. All right, well, talking about FIBO, let's talk about this weekend. So we got Sergio Oliva Jr. coming back. Sergio hasn't competed, I think, in over a year. I don't even know when his last show was. Seems like it's been a long time. Maybe it hasn't been that long. And then we got Andrewjacked coming back. So Andrew was in the Arnold. He got third behind Derek and Samson. So he still has to qualify.
Yeah.
So here we got the lineup here, but no other really big names except for those two. Oh, I'm sorry, Sasan. Sasan, who just got second to William Bonac at the Detroit. He's also going in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got a really good top three. So what do you think about that? Who do you think's gonna take first, second, and third?
I mean, I'm going off a limb. I think we're gonna see very good Andrew. I think we're gonna see a very good Andrew. I'm hoping he comes in something similar to Texas. I really want to see a very full
Yeah.
Andrew, and I'm calling it. I'm gonna try to put it out there to the universe. I don't think anybody's gonna top Andrewjacked. I mean, that's just kind of like, it's very easy. Like, I'd bet the house on that kind of thing. But I do feel like out of the
Yeah.
people who are under there, those top 3-4 people, I mean, Sergio is, staturally, he's big. He takes up a lot of space on that stage. So I'd really like to see how he, fares against the Andrewjacked. It's going to be crazy. I just hope he comes in completely ready. Like, I want him to be at his best so that we can really see him versus Andrew, because I feel like he has a lot of tools, man, Sergio. Like, and then again, Sasan is there too. And we just saw Sasan go crazy at Detroit, like just incredible. So I feel like Sergio might be a little bit more comparable to Andrew in the sense of just overall stature, but I mean, you can't sleep on Sasan, how crazy he looked. I mean, in looking at that picture right there, that's going to be a big thing for me with like Sergio we have seen him be a little hit or miss. We've seen him come a little like structure, like gifted structurally, truly a gifted structure, but just we've seen him kind of have the up and down. So I really think it's going to come to like conditioning, especially in that second place area between like Sasan and Sergio.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? What are your thoughts on it? How do you see
I
that
agree.
top three folding?
I think Andrew is definitely going to win. I'd be surprised if he got beat by those other two guys.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's going to look like he did at the Arnold, probably better because now he's more relaxed.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he'll be even like a little fuller than he was at the Arnold. So yeah, I can't see him losing at all. I think he's one of the best bodybuilders in the world. So I think he's definitely going to beat those guys. But Sasan and Sergio is interesting. Sasan, I think, not the greatest structure. He's kind of got, the longer upper body, shorter legs. And I think his back needs work. But the reason why he looked so good in Detroit was because he was in great condition.
Yeah.
He had the fullness. He was really, really hard.
Yeah.
I really like his legs. But yeah, I just think the back is kind of weak. So Sergio, I think, is going to probably beat him on the physique.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of what condition Sergio shows up in. So
exactly.
he looked, Sergio looked really big in the weeks leading up to this show. He looked like he definitely put some size on. His legs look incredible, which they always do. So it's just a matter of, can he nail his conditioning? Can he come in full and ripped? And if he can, I think he could beat Sasan for second place.
Sergio, yeah, I agree. I just think because we saw such a good showing for Sasan, very compact build too, very compact.
Mm-hmm.
His conditioning was pretty incredible, and I think that's why we're like, I'm sitting there even, I'm looking at him like, yeah, he could do really good here. He could fare well. Like, I feel like you wouldn't be dumb to say he's a shoo-in for second, 1,000%. Like, but I agree in the sense of it will come down to like conditioning, especially for those two guys, Sergio and Sasan. It's going to be, if Sergio comes in looking just really, conditioned and just structurally there, he has a structure for it, to where Sasan is just how he looked at the Detroit, it's really hard to say. He's, like, I would not bet against Sasan being in second. I really couldn't. Obviously, as far as like, Sergio,
I mean, it could easily go either way. I think Sergio, like I said, overall, I think he has a better physique. He's got, I think, 100%. A better structure. He's got better body parts, better arms, definitely better arms. I think he's probably even going to be better from the back. But if he, there is some pictures online where he just got into town, it looks like, and he looks a little flat. So he's got to fill out. But if he fills out and he comes in hard, I think he could beat Sasan, which is going to be a tall order because Sasan is really a great bodybuilder.
Yeah. I agree. And it does suck because I feel like, and I feel you with the whole, like, Andrew really doesn't have like the worry, whatever has to go as far as like the mental with this show, it's not going to be there for him as much. So maybe we will see like this just bang out Andrewjacked, who is just coming in just full confidence, nothing, no knowing I'm getting first. So that, I feel like when it comes to that, I do feel like mental plays a big part in things, to where, cortisol level, things like that. I feel like just coming in with that kind of mentality, I think we're going to see it. You know what I'm saying? I think we're gonna see just a really good Andrewjacked. I really do. I really think we're gonna see like one of the better Andrewjackeds we've seen. I'm hoping. I know you're a big
I
fan
do
of him
too. I
too.
think he's going to
So
be
yeah.
similar to
Which one? Which show?
yeah, because those last the last two Texas shows, the last couple of years, he just
Yeah.
so dominated those. He was so incredible.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably going to look something like that. I would think because he's had a good month now to fill out, like a little over a month since the Arnold. So I think he'll be able to fill out and get even like harder. I think he's just going to be really freaky.
Yeah. It sucks that I heard they're not gonna have a live stream for the show. That really bites.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep hearing across different platforms that they don't have at least now they have not announced a stream or anything. So hopefully maybe that's changed from now. But last I've heard on these different, social media channels, no stream, which really does suck because this is a really good lineup. And I feel like it's has some of these guys, some of these more like a Sasan, Sergio, of course. I mean, he's very popular, but like Sasan, some of the other, like the guy Justin we saw in Detroit who did really good. I think he got like top 5. Ali Edward, this guy right here, just a freak in itself, man. Really cool looking physique, standout. I love his legs, man. This guy right here. I was looking at some of these updates and the legs, just where they start from, just straight from the hip, crazy sweep. Like I think that's like a really good structure when it comes to the legs right here. He has a unique build to me, like kind of not like. Say it again.
In Detroit?
This guy, no,
this guy was in Detroit.
No. The last time we saw him, I don't know if it was maybe might have been Dubai. We might have saw him. I think he might have placed like in the top in the Dubai show that was like stacked.
Oh
if
yeah,
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But there's a guy named
that,
Justin Musoy, something like Justin Musoy. He is one who placed, I want to say, in the top 5 of the Detroit Pro, and he was just crazy good back, good conditioning. I also think he might be a younger dude at that. So he's in this show. So I feel like people like him, they can really come in and kind of like show out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So it does suck that there's not a stream, but at the very least, I noticed with the Goodvito, his last show, the stream was really kind of poor quality in the sense of it made him look really dark. So the first like videos that came out, it didn't look that good. And then once I actually saw like a little bit more higher quality, footage, it was like, wow, like this is crazy. Like at first I was like, oh, he's not going to fare well against these other guys at Pittsburgh. And then once I saw the actual real clear footage, it's the same thing as why, you have to be at the show.
Yeah.
You can't watch it in 720 compared to 4K. It's a huge difference. So seeing it in that a little better quality was, incredible. So I'd like to see some of these guys be able to, give this spotlight, put it on them. I mean, there's another guy I saw, I think we're looking at him prior. I think it's Joseph or Jose Fecht or Joseph Fecht, who had he's the one who had the crazy shoulders, crazy looking shoulders. So some of these guys, they're very unique build. This guy right here, if you go down to that middle shot, Scott, right here where it's just look at the shoulders, man. Very Wesley Visser's reminiscent. You could tell, you could tell there's been nothing going on with them shoulders. Like them shoulders you see every detail, man. So I would love to see how these people fare against each other, man. Like there's some people that are like that 4th, 5th, 6th who can really show out.
Yeah. Okay. So what's going on with Old School Labs, Marcus? You got a big announcement tonight?
Yeah, man. So we have a lot going on. So what we try to do is we just had the Winter 2025 Transformation Challenge, and we've just been stacking up with the categories. So there's the top 10, of course. We're trying to get into bodybuilding because obviously Old School Labs is, we care about bodybuilding. As you see, this podcast is nothing but bodybuilding. So we have not just a top 1 with the bodybuilding. We're actually giving top 5. Everybody's getting something, whether it's a gift card or cash. Just award winners. So there's best OSL spirit. We even got the athletes in it now. So some of our athletes, top OSL athlete for the first time, because we really wanted to start to engage the community with the athletes and the ambassadors.
Okay.
So that'll be tonight. So Friday, you can catch it on my YouTube. It's at Mr. Olympia, but it'll be in the group, and it's the Old School Labs. It's the Old School Labs Transformation Community. If you look it up on Facebook, it'll be in there. You can join it if you're a fan. It's just, It's almost like having gym partners. You know what I'm saying? Like internet gym motivators. It's a cool little group, and they like to keep it old school, man.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll be exciting. Yeah. I'm excited, man.
So when did this transformation challenge start?
It started in January, mid-January. So it's an 8-week transformation challenge.
Okay.
And then it ended, I want to
8
say,
weeks. Okay.
yeah. So like end of March. And then we needed like 2 weeks to get everything going, everything created, and just, for the actual ceremonies. Yeah, so literally.
And what do the winners win?
So we have, for first place, we had actually over like 10,000 plus in prizes. First place, 1,000. Second, 1,000. Third, 500. And then everybody else gets gift cards, like $250 gift cards. Bodybuilding category, since we're building it up, they get $300. Everybody else gets a $100 gift card. Award category, so we have special award categories as well. So it's just pretty much a bunch of like cash prizes, goodies, and of course we've been giving out prizes all the way along. So like supplements, free supplements, shaker cup, merch. It's just every 8 weeks, so we try to keep it really engaging. You know what I'm saying? So like every week we'll have a certain challenge, and then the competitive community will like participate in it, and it's fun. It's dumb stuff. It'll be like there's a picture of like Samir Bannout doing like hashtag rest day. We're trying to promote like the replica GH because it's all about rest and recovery. And it was, Samir sitting in the bed flexing. It's like, we'll try to do fun things like that. People try to, do their own little rendition of it. But it's fun, man. It's a cool community. So I'm psyched. And it's literally, the live is in 2 hours. Okay. So I'm like lacking sleep and everything else, trying to get all the graphics created.
Yeah. When is their next one, Marcus?
Man, I'm really hoping for summer. Nobody knows this yet. I'm going to try to get summer. If not summer, it'll probably be a fall. But it's going to be, if we can get it done in time, summer, if not fall. Fingers crossed, man.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Well, we'll look, see what happens this weekend with FIBO.
I'm telling you. Who that? I'm not gonna lie, that don't even look like. I don't know. I got long hair. Scott, where'd you find this?
Yeah, that don't look like you.
Oh man, that don't even look like my brother. Oh, I'm seeing this for the first time. Scott, where'd you find that at? I wonder if OSL did something. That's hilarious looking. That don't look like me. I got hair behind here. Oh my God, I'm about to cry. That looked like somebody else. Young cousin.
Yeah.
I feel like Scott did that on purpose. I can't stop laughing. Hey, Scott, can you pull that back up, please? That does not look like me. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, you look a little short there, Marcus.
I know, I look a little short.
You're about 4'2".
I feel like this is my like all my inner insecurities coming out in one photo. They could have took my shirt off at least.
Oh, Scott said Old School Labs posted it.
Did they? I need to take my.
Yeah.
Hey, it's cool. That's cool, man. Look, I got the Blast Max there. That's one of my favorite supplements from Old. Let's see, we're just talking about the replica GH, for that rest and recovery, part of that Samir signature series. Yeah. Got the Old School Lax shaker cup. Oh man, AI is getting crazy, man. They tricked me with a picture the other day.
Yeah.
It was what was it? It was Ronnie Coleman playing Tekken. And I wasn't too privy to it, but like if you see it, I feel like Samir right now doing this, but if you see it's not a real image. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. He's over there playing Tekken. Like I love Tekken. It was the PlayStation 1, and all of a sudden I see Sub-Zero and Scorpion playing Mortal Kombat. I see Lara Croft playing Tomb Raider. I'm like, okay, this is all AI, man. It tricked me though.
So that really wasn't Ronnie, or
that was AI created. Like that was not Ronnie Coleman. Yeah, like I was shocked. Like I legit sent it to my brother. Like, yo, that's so dope because we grew up playing. Yeah, that's not him, right? Yeah. No, I'm telling you because I've seen like a bunch of other AI photos out of. No, it's definitely Ronnie.
Looks like a younger picture of him.
Yeah, it's definitely Ronnie, but like I've seen so many other renditions of this to where it was like Sub-Zero and Scorpion playing Mortal Kombat. Um, there
Oh
we go.
yeah.
See, there we go. See why they? Oh, that's a good one. That looks like him in the face too, a little bit.
Yeah.
The Sandow is a little small. See, now we got Ronnie.
Right.
The AI is getting crazy, man.
That
That's
yeah,
crazy.
it is. I know. It's getting like every week. It's getting crazy. All right. Well, we'll be back next week to cover the results of FIBO, and we'll see how that turns out. I think that's going to be a pretty exciting show.
Yeah.
And then we'll do a preview of the Pittsburgh Pro, which will be coming up next month, only in a couple of weeks. That's probably going to be one of the biggest shows of the whole year, including the Olympia. It's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, it's coming up quick too, man. I look forward to all these shows. This is like a really good
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Another one. Yeah. All right, Marcus. Well, thanks for joining me on the show, and then we'll be back next week, hopefully with Samir, who was traveling today. So we'll cover that show next week.
All right, man. Appreciate it, John. Nice talking to you, man.
All right, Marcus.